researched. No, he doesn't have pillage by the looks of things, so he will just be doing sort of small amount of damage. TP coming in now from Infi, and he's really going to be able to put Fly into a very bad position. Fly does need to get out of here, but it looks like he will take down this Arcane Sanctum first. The Arcane Sanctum was getting that Sork upgrade, so unfortunately no Sork upgrade yet for Infi, and Infi now getting the Priest upgrade at the other Arcane Sanctum, and continuing to build towers, which is quite important. Actually, forgetting about this one Sork as well, he'll probably have to remember to bring it in a bit later. And it looks like maybe this Archmage's gonna go buy another TP. I'm not quite sure. And it looks like Infi can continue to creep. This is a very nice camp to creep. It's so easy it's so hard to be creepjack, considering that Infi knows that Fly was so far away just a second ago when he TP'd back that he's unlikely to be creepjacked, and so he can creep that camp quite safely. And it looks like Fly actually going to just creep out one of his own turtle camps, picking up a Scroll of the Beast, all right out of him in this situation, I suppose, and to get level 4 up on both his heroes very, very soon now, and that is just so nice. So close on his Torrent Chieftain, and level 4 now on his Farseer, which is pretty nice for that extra level of Chain Lightning. And this Archmage has picked up a TP, and Bone Champ's not a brilliant item here. Obviously not too many melee units, even with that bear coming out. It's probably worth selling that item. It looks like Fly's could be going for some more harassment here. These level 2 wolves obviously getting Spirit Link just because it's very, very nice to be able to soak up some damage on them, and otherwise it's pretty hard to force your opponent to focus them down. It looks like if he's gonna lose at least his Arcane Vault, perhaps some more. He did buy that TP, so he will be able to get in here. It's just really tricky to find a good place to TP into his base, actually. Maybe he's gonna wait to see how much damage these towers can do, and he's gonna finish off creeping this camp as well. What items is he gonna get? What item was that? Sorry. Oh. Ooh, did he forget it? Oh, wow, he just picked it up at the last second. It was Unholy Aura, and so, oh wow, this Beastmaster in a very bad position. Nice position for Shockwaves though, and I don't like this position in here for Fly. He is a bit defended here, but at the same time he's just so vulnerable to those area of effect attacks from the two heroes. And level 4 now on that Beastmaster, and that's absolutely amazing. That's just gonna be so nice. Obviously the Unholy Aura isn't gonna play a big effect until later on in this game. This Beastmaster now being focused down needs to get out of here. It looks like he might just manage to. He does get ensnared again, gets Chain Lightning going, and he will go down. And so Fly left, or Infi left with just his one hero left, and it looks like Fly's gonna take his Q and Speech Grow out of here. He has a lot of very low units, and so he will just have to try and retreat, maybe come back at a different time. Once he's healed up, and he knows he's done a lot of damage now. It's going to take Infi a while to buy back his hero. He is getting it back at the altar, obviously, and so in the meantime there's possibility that Fly can perhaps do some quite nice creeping, maybe set up an expansion. I think creeping this camp would be a good priority now for Fly. We'll have to see what he plans though. And it looks like we are already seeing these Arcane Vault being rebuilt now. The Arcane Sanctum actually not being rebuilt, so only one going to be playing here for Infi, who perhaps is planning on maybe expanding or something instead, because obviously you can't really afford to be operating both and expanding, but at the same time it's a bit late to be expanding, to be honest. It's a bit bad timing considering this mine has what, like 4,000 left. Yeah, it's a poor time to be expanding, to be honest. And it looks like instead Infi's just going to be doing some creeping. I guess he's just spent all that money on reviving a level 4 hero, but I think it could put him back in terms of his number of units, considering there's so many area of effect units or heroes from Fly. All these units really go down super quick, and he doesn't have any breakers because of this Arcane Vault going down for so long. And it looks like actually very, very bad here for Infi. Gonna lose a lot of units, and just doing this ensnare, and this is just so painful. Very nice use of invisibility. Gonna save a lot of these units, and actually only one visible Sork left now. And it looks like these raiders have just been put so far out in front of the rest of the army that Infi might, if he actually knew about it, might be able to actually do some damage to them, and perhaps just get some slows off. But instead it looks like actually he's just gonna lose one Sork. You notice that at the very last second there he cast slow on that one raider with his Sork, which he knew was doomed. That's a pretty standard stuff. Just if you can leave it as late as possible until they actually have to start running, then that's ideal, because it's just going to take them longest. And that nice use of invisible footmen here, just scouting out to see what creeping's been done, if there's perhaps an expansion going up, anything like that. And so many invisible units now. Level 5 on that Archmage is going to mean this water elemental is going to be able to do a lot of damage to Zorkborough on its own. let alone the rest of Infi's army, which looks like it's closing in as well. Meanwhile, looks like Fly really wants that level 5 on his Torrent Chieftain, and actually on the Farseer is getting pretty close as well. And it looks like a TP is actually coming up, but look at this expansion now. Very, very nice use of multitasking. Ooh, wow, Infi in a very bad position. Will need to get out of here with his Archmage. He does have a TP, so Fly knows that there's no point in ensnaring it, but instead he's just going to be able to take out a whole bunch of units here, and I think the expansion is going to be the only thing that's going to keep Infi in this game. Very nice use of having his Beastmaster by those ivory towers, and then just do so much damage, just to Fly's economy at the same time, so that Fly isn't scouting out for any expansion of Infi. And you can see these water elementals just so beautiful at taking down burrows. But level 5 now on this Farseer is going to mean there's going to be a lot of nice scouting, and I think it's not going to be long before this expansion is scouted out, and it is just towers at this point. But he does have the upgrade already on those towers, so he will be able to know exactly when those wolves are around, when he's being scouted out, and it won't be sort of a surprise when Fly's army comes bearing down on him. Nice use of invisible creeps, obviously, or invisible summoned units. This is exactly what he did in that WCG game, and he's going to try and work it probably into the peon line, just trying to harass Fly for as long as possible. Although there's not too much gold left in this mine, it'll still be very nice to do. Perhaps he'll try and take out burrows instead. I'm not exactly sure what his plan is. Fly at 63 out of 40 food, really not an ideal situation, whereas Infi at 37 out of 54, so neither of them in excellent positions. But it looks like actually this one Wolf just scouted out this expansion, and Infi's gonna know that he's going to be pushed very soon, assuming he saw that actually. And it looks like actually some nice scouting here with peons as well. Obviously you don't need too much lumber late game as Orc, so you can afford to send out your peons to scout, and lots and lots of damage being done here. Two Flies, or to Infi's base, but at the same time Infi just has all these units back here as well as all his towers, and so he will just be able to hold off, do as much damage as possible, and then probably call some militia in and hope that he can hold off for long enough for his expansion to pay off once that expansion actually goes down. I'm not sure, no, there isn't even a town hall here yet, so that's going to be a very long time off, and at moments it's just a whole sunken investment in towers, and it looks like Fly doing a whole lot of damage now. Looks like this Beastmaster actually in a very bad position, almost getting surrounded just by Spirit Walkers, and all the towers are going down now. Only a couple left on the top of Infi's base here, and it looks like this army from Fly really taking a lot of damage. Really very nice use of militia here, as well as some pretty nice positioning for Infi. Means that he just managed to hold that off, and actually it looks like this one raider might go down now for Fly as well, and it looks like oh wow, and Snare going off here. It looks like, ooh, is Fly actually going to go for this kill? Very, very nice use of TP here. Might be able to save that Beastmaster just in time. Yes, he does. And that Beastmaster is just the back of the army now, so he is safe, and he will be able to chase away Fly, who is going to TP home, probably heal up, and then immediately want to get back into this fight, which is probably why he TP'd home, even though he probably could have gone away. I mean, he would have been slowed a bit, and he had used the speed scroll, but I think it would have been pretty tricky with all the ensnare for Infi to actually chase him down and do too much damage. Maybe the summon units would have been quite nice. And meanwhile, look at all these towers here from Infi. Infi really in a strong position now to set up this expansion. It's hard to say exactly where would be the best position. I mean, he's sort of blocked himself off of this one tower here. Maybe if he killed that tower, he could actually set up a nicer expansion. And meanwhile, more invisible summons now coming in, and probably going to try and cancel off a lot of these salves. He could cancel at least 3 or 4, I reckon, before he gets dispelled, and that's at least sort of 100 gold. So that'd be well worth doing, I think, at this point. Or maybe he's just going to go for the economy. No, there it goes. He's going to cancel as many summons as possible, preferably that clarity as well, because that clarity is worth a lot. Yes, he did cancel the clarity. Very, very nice play there by Infi, and he's going to bring in more invisible summons by the looks of things, and actually casting the Bloodluster, the Frenzy, I guess, on the Quilbies before he sets them out, just so they get there a bit quicker. It's one of those small things that you can do, but it certainly pays for itself, just because it means that you can get there a whole lot quicker, and so you have a lot more time left. And especially, I mean, if the armies aren't there. But look at this Torrent Chieftain, already 5.5. If he gets to 6, then that just becomes such a pain to kill, especially when you have lots of towers. And this expansion is now going up. Maybe this tower isn't going to be too much of a problem. Maybe you can just work your way past it. And Fly now scouting out that there is the expansion actually going up, and so he knows that he has to hit soon. Oh no, he's going for his own expansion. Very, very interesting play here. You rarely see sort of an orc expanding on Turtle Rock just because it's so tricky to, and it looks like Infi just could be happy to do some damage. You can see he has almost no time left on his cool beast because he had to wait for all the army to go away, and Infi immediately got to scout out this expansion with his invisible water elemental. But wow, look at this, sentry ward goes down. This is exactly what Fly needed in that WCG game with sentry wards. He just needed to be able to scout out when those invisible summons were coming so that he could react, and it looks like that's what he's sort of learned his lesson now, and he has put one down. And what's Infi having a TP now and buying an Von Pot, wise choice as well, because you don't really want to have to TP away just as you're being able to do a lot of damage with your army just because one of your heroes is taking a lot of damage. And it looks like Ooze Fly actually no, I thought Infi could have crept out of this camp, but there's not too much point in doing it now, although his Beastmaster could get level 5, which would be nice, but at the same time the risk of a creepjack is pretty high. Reveal being used now as well on this expansion. I'm not exactly sure what the point is. He's not getting anything new apart from that the army is there, and it looks like the Beastmaster is going to get level 5 now, which is just going to be so useful. Obviously, if you're going to be using invisible summons, having them at a higher level is just going to be even more important, and it looks like this expansion is now mining, albeit just with 3 peons for now.